Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Blue Jaegers, and today we're going to be talking about Mikasa in the last chapters 138 through 139. Now, many people are upset with how her arc ended. They say that she, in the end, never let go of Eren. Now, to understand this situation, we have to actually go back. So let's go all the way back. Mikasa is a character who obviously had an unhealthy obsession with the gentleman by the name of Eren Yeager. She loved him. She had a good reason to love him, but she let that love become sort of corrupt in a way. She let this love affect her to the point where she basically had no free will of her own. She would do whatever the hell Eren wanted her to do. Or, no, I should probably phrase it. She did not do whatever she wanted Eren wanted her to do. She did whatever she thought would be best for Eren. Just to clarify, because she's actually not submissive, but she acts only to serve Eren. She would disobey orders from the military on multiple occasions, not just with Captain Levi, on multiple occasions. In fact, you can infer the problem got so bad that Eren actually had to take it upon himself to discipline her because the military would refuse to punish her. This is when you can see this. He headbutts her a couple times, but one that comes specifically to memory is when in the Trost arc, they were assigning people their positions. Mikasa, right after the commander spoke, she said, "Yeah, don't forget what just happened, Eren. I'll just go find you, or you come find me." Eren's like, "What the hell? You're breaking the chain of command." She blabs off with her insubordination. Eren has to go then and discipline her by headbutting her to get her back into line. She is a person, in short, who lacks free will. She is bound by her chains of love to Eren. And so, for her character arc, if it's going to be a positive character arc, which it is, she would grow to loosen these bonds of love, to unshackle herself, to become a person who loves Eren healthily. And that's why I went back to talk about Mikasa's arc, because I think there's a lot of confusion. People use imprecise language like, "Oh, move on." What does that mean, move on? What does that mean? What do you mean by moving on? Moving on, a good thing for Mikasa to do, for Mikasa to become a better person and a good character, moving on simply means loving Eren in a healthy way. Because the love isn't the problem. That's not a problem. That's a beautiful, good thing. The problem is when her love causes her to do bad and sometimes evil things. Like, as we saw in 100, we see her, I'm not going to get into it, we see her sitting on the fence during the rumbling, we see her causing a rift in the alliance on behalf of Eren, again, while global genocide is being committed. So she does evil things on account of Eren. So that's what I mean by that. That would be her character arc, moving past the unhealthy side. The love itself is not the problem, right? And we see this sometimes with parents, right? Parents, they love their kids, but they love them in an unhealthy way. Either they spoil them too much, let them do whatever they want, and then the kid ends up being a bum later, or a bad person later. Or the parent lets the kid be mean to them, and the parent is upset and is hurt and is, under this emotional duress because the child's treated them poorly, but they love the child so much they don't want to discipline them, they don't want to stop them, yada yada yada. These are things that happen. Now, no person would talk to that parent and say, "Yeah, I know Johnny treats you like ass and you spoil him. Don't worry, I have a solution for you. Stop loving him." No one ever said that. No one would say. We would probably say, "Listen, I know you love Johnny, but Johnny's out of line here. You need to correct him. It's better for him. It's good for him. It's good for you. You should correct him. You should fix his problem." That's what you would say. And that I bring this up to say that when we're talking about Mikasa, it's important to understand that her love for Eren is not a problem. In fact, it's a good things she loves Eren. And even after he commits the mass murder, it's still good that she loves him. Problem is that she was, one could say she facilitated his acts. If you want to, you can construe it as such, that she facilitated such acts, or she wasn't willing to stop such acts. Which, that's explicit. She explicitly said she didn't want to kill him. Yada yada yada, when I talk. And of course, for her own personal self, she was obviously lacking free will. She obviously had an unhealthy obsession with Eren. So her character arc will be moving past that. Now, during this particular love affair spree thing, Mikasa had a scarf. The scarf represented to her home, warmth, and of course, her love for Eren, and Eren's love for her back when he, chapter 50, the scarf then becomes reciprocal affection as well. The problem people have is that Mikasa keeps Eren's scarf after she's dead, and oh no, she's buried with it. God forbid, she's buried with it, meaning that supposedly meaning that she never let go of Eren. But again, remember what I said earlier. Of course she didn't let go of Eren. Of course she still loves Eren. John loves Eren too. They all love Eren. Of course she never let go of Eren. All she needed to do was love him in a healthy way. Ideally, what would happen is she'd still hold Eren in her heart. She'd still love Eren, but she'd be 100% fully and completely devoted to Jean, her husband, and her children. She would fulfill her duties as a wife and as a mother, and she would be good at those, but she still loved Eren. There's absolutely no problem with her loving someone. Absolutely none. As long as she's not disloyal to her husband on account of it, and as long as it's not causing her to do evil things or shackling her. Which neither happened. That's my point. Neither happened. We saw her. She was a faithful wife to the end. She was married to this guy for literal decades, which is more than most people can say. I bet half of you watching this video right now have divorced parents. How many of you want to bet? Should I do a poll? Should I do a poll on my channel after? I don't need to expound on this. You guys already know. She stayed married to this guy for literal decades. Her entire life, she stayed married to him. She raised a family with him. And presumably she raised very well-adjusted adults, and those adults had children. She had grandchildren. And here's another thing people don't talk about, is the fact that Mikasa's children don't resent Mikasa. They come with her to the grave, bringing their most precious possessions. That's a weird word for children. Bringing most precious possessions or items, treasure. Most precious treasure. That's a better word. Most precious treasure. Their children with them. So they trust their children to their grandma, and they are fine with visiting and the adult children are fine with visiting their mother, and they're fine with going to the grave with her. Which means that their children don't resent her. Which would normally be the case if the wife was unloyal to the husband. If the wife was unloyal to their father, the wife wasn't treating her father properly. Sorry, the mother, I should say. They would resent her for that. Most likely. Again, this is all inference. Her keeping the scarf is saying, okay, she loves Eren. We know that. She had an unhealthy relationship with Eren. We know that. She had this scarf as a symbol for love for Eren. We know that. Therefore, this scarf means that she's probably most likely or very likely to be unloyal to her husband. She still loves Eren in that unhealthy way. That's the argument. Whether that's your argument or not. Whether that's your argument or not, that's essentially what you're saying. Because the scarf is a piece of fabric. The scarf does not interfere with her duties as a wife or a mother. The scarf does not cause her to commit evil acts. The scarf does not imprison her. Her love does all those things. Sorry, her unhealthy love does all those things. Her not guarding her heart does those unhealthy things. Right? The scarf obviously takes on a new meaning. Because I have signs to the contrary. None of the things you pointed out actually happened. There was no concern with that whatsoever. People ask me all the time, Beluga, what if What if your girlfriend had, or your wife had paraphernalia from her previous lover? Well, there's a couple things to consider. A, she killed him. There's that. She killed him. But number two, I would be happy with that. I'd be very happy with that, because that means that she still has this love for her previous lover. As long as she demonstrates she's gonna be loyal to me and only me. Sorry, as a wife, I mean, not like only loyal to me. Then that's a beautiful thing. In fact, let me get personal for a second. Let's bring up two personal allegories. I was talking with my father, because there was a situation with me and my stepsister, and I was saying she kept the last name. We all have the same last name. She kept the last name. I said, Father, isn't that kind of sus? Isn't that kind of betrayal? She's keeping her last name of her other father and not you. Shouldn't she be taking on your name? And he's like, no, that's a good thing. That means that she still has loyalty and she still loves her father. That's good. Why I take that from her? She's not betraying us. She's not doing anything bad in the house. She loves us, and we all live together. Yada yada yada. So it's good, right? Another personal allegory I heard on Twitter. One of the few times I've been glad of it on Twitter. Someone mentioned that their uncle or their aunt, their husband died and remarried. She kept the ring, not a scarf. She kept the ring, and apparently no one in the family questions her loyalty. She's still married to the next husband. Yada yada yada. All's well and good. Okay, and this is why I like Attack on Titan, because it has to relate to personal life or the real life, unless the story is completely meaningless. Because there's a perfect portrayal of how to properly deal with these emotions. Because see, what would normally happen in these types of shows is that the heroine would set the scarf on fire and then they went Eren again. Okay, great. Well, what did you accomplish? Because here's the thing, and this is the question I have to ask. I'm going to now turn to you people, which is, what actions of Mikasa would have changed if they threw the scarf away? Pray tell. Because what did she do wrong in the marriage? She did nothing wrong, at least for related to the scarves. The scarf caused her to do no evil. The scarf didn't cause her to sin. So what is the problem with the scarf? What would change if she threw the scarf away? What would throwing away that piece of fabric mean? Well, it would mean nothing, because she would act exactly the same way. None of their actions would change, and the situation would play out exactly the same. That's just long and short of it. The thing is, the problem is that she could accomplish her goals without a scarf. But it'd be sad, it'd be a tragedy if she had to physically remove or physically get rid of and mentally get rid of Eren. Like physically, get rid of the scarf, physically, get rid of those symbols, and then mentally black Eren out. If she had to do that in order to love Jean and her children properly, that would be a problem. It'd be good. She did her duties. Okay, that's good. She got rid of her. She got rid of her bonds of love. That's good. The problem is that it's tragic. She lost something beautiful. Loving another person is a beautiful, good thing. Unconditional love, I think, it's just truism that unconditional love is good. For her to have to lose that in order to gain another love is a terrible thing. The fact that Mikasa can simultaneously hold that love and her love for Jean and her children is the ideal situation. And, I'm going to say it's brilliantly. Yeah, cope. The way Eren Mika is done, I like it very much. Right? And, because it's true that after she killed Eren, she wasn't entirely free. You can reasonably infer she wasn't free. She's on her ass, moping, which, again, I'm not making fun of her. I get it. It's a very painful situation. I'm just saying she's having to seem to have a hard time to think about anything else but Eren. But when Eren finally gives a confirmation and reciprocation of the feelings by wrapping a scarf around her, then she's able to finally close that book. It's an unfinished business. It's an untied knot. It was probably nagging at her the entire 5 years or whatever the hell, however long she was waiting for that burn scarf around her. about, how Eren never loved her back or how she never got that confirmation. But once Eren did indeed wrap the scarf around her again, then that story was sort of complete. The unfinished business was complete. She was able to accept it for what it is, put it behind her. Again, the all-consuming obsession behind her, not the beautiful love part. And then she was able to move on in the sense that she was able to unshackle herself and not commit evil deeds on behalf of Eren Yeager and commit herself to her husband fully. Again, I don't know why I had to make this video. Okay, it's a nice video. I'm glad I got to talk about this. This is just good stuff. But I'm just confused. Why was her not getting married enough? I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. She's married. That should be the end of the conversation. That's it. That's it. It's over. It's over. That's it. From what we know, she never cheated. She never did anything bad. The marriage was able to work on both sides, and she had children. And then she completed the side quest by being a grandmother. What is the problem? Okay, that's enough of my video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you next video.